Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host with the mostest. I am your bartender in the OSR. I am Eric Tenkar, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern YouTube channel, the blog of the same name. There's a Discord server with the same name. Go figure. There's a Facebook community with the same name. We try to keep things consistent. So, why do I have a screen share up here of a YouTube video? Well, Don Semora has taken to giving receipts in the current TSR, nuTSR, TSR3 drama. Now, I am going to show just a bit of Don's latest. I will link to this video. I highly recommend that you watch the video in question, Don's original, because it is one of those oh fuck moments. And I say that as somebody who had some inside knowledge. I didn't have all this inside knowledge, and I was like, oh shit. So if you want to be up to date in the current TSR Wizards of the Coast legal action, this video is important, but Don's is spot on. So, without further ado, let's get over to Don and listen to Don for a little bit.
Then we're getting some important things here. And this is where if you did an order with just LaNasa and TSR, you need to sit down and hold on to your underwear, folks.
He's not kidding, because what he's going to reveal is essentially a data breach. And it's a data breach of the self-inflicted kind. Nobody went in and hacked the server. This wasn't like some nefarious, I don't know.
Ransomware.
Wasn't right. Thank you, Rachel. It wasn't ransomware. It wasn't a hack. Okay.
They were never locked out of their system.
No, this is, in my humble opinion, my honest opinion, pure stupidity. Now, some people might say, no, it wasn't stupid. It makes perfect sense. It's up to your own interpretation. But let's listen to Don.
You're getting ready to go on a roller coaster ride with no protection.
Oh, I don't do roller coaster rides. Thank you, Don.
Especially with no.
So Justin just does these big, massive data dumps with me of your guys' orders. Massive data dumps from dungeonhobbyshop723@gmail.com of all the individual orders. Now, granted,
now this is from February 3rd of this year. Just letting you know.
These are just orders. But that doesn't count on the other thing he data dumped me in May.
So here we have a spreadsheet. And it's a spreadsheet. Now, Don has been good. He's obscured the email addresses. You have the order numbers. You have the order dates. I'm going to say something that's very interesting is orders from, and it's just an observation, orders from April, orders from March, orders from January, paid for and unfulfilled. That
all of this stuff is unfulfilled.
Unfulfilled.
Nobody got their stuff.
It could be totally lazy bookkeeping. I do not know. Now, what I do find very interesting is that on this first page that we see, there are no taxes paid. Now, I'm not saying that no taxes were ever paid. I'm just saying that on this sheet we're looking at, no orders apparently came from North Carolina or Wisconsin, because you definitely need to collect sales tax in those locations if you are the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum /TSR, because that's where these companies are incorporated. But we'll move on from there.
This is a direct store data dump he sent me in May, and I'm going to send a screenshot of what he sent me that has all of your guys' personal information, credit card, PayPal information, all of your emails, all of your addresses, shipping addresses, everything.
Now we're looking. Thankfully, he obscured the shipping phone number, but zip codes are still there. Doing a wow for Virginia, New York. You know what? Maybe on these sheets, there's nobody from Wisconsin or North Carolina. So I guess what we're looking at, he wouldn't have been obligated to collect taxes from this one sheet.
Everything, there's pages of it. You can see that on the side right here. This scrolls down. There's pages of this. Of all of this, everything from dollar store dice to dungeon crawls to cult of Abaddons and everything else. And dungeon, by the way, Justin, your little quote to me that you're going to countersue me for $150,000 in lost sales. Hoss, you are so full of shit because you data dump your sales. $150K? I think you need to go ahead and get a new calculator because the batteries in yours are definitely turned backwards.
That's an excellent comment. I like it. Thank you, Don, for entertaining me. Personal opinion. I'm entitled to such.
But if you're a customer of his, sorry, he data dumped to other people, me and God knows who else, all of your PayPal, credit card info, home addresses, shipping addresses, phone numbers, emails, all that.
So basically, Justin, well, all right, we don't know. Well, yeah, it actually was Justin's email. But we will say somebody from TSR with access to Justin LaNasa's email potentially doxed every customer on that made purchases from them.
And that's because a lot of bad stuff could happen because Justin isn't encrypted on his end.
No, it has nothing to do with encryption. No.
Like that kind of security?
No, Rich. No. He sent the material. He sent a spreadsheet, encrypted or otherwise, at least to Don. And we don't know who else he might have actually sent it out to. Why he sent it to Don, I do not know. Don does not say. Now,
sounds like a world of problem.
Now, it doesn't sound like Don was looking to receive this. Now, again, I'm going to say this, information and belief, which means, essentially, I have been told, and I am inclined to believe, that what Don is telling me is true. Now, this is interesting because we'll continue, and then I'll close. I'll give you the closure on this.
He just sends it out. And by the way, if you need to check to see if you want to check to see if you are in this data breach, if you send an email to Wizard Tower Games LLC, that is Wizard Tower Games LLC at gmail.com. If you send me your full name and address, better yet, you just send me the name and your address so I know it's legit. And I will tell you how you paid, and I will tell you what you ordered, and that will prove to you I'm not lying. And if you title the emails TSR orders, if you title the emails anything else, I'm not going to respond to it. I'll delete it. I won't respond to it. It has to be TSR orders so I can keep this all organized. I will tell you exactly what you ordered. I will tell you the order date, and I will tell you how you paid as proof that you are part of this massive, massive security breach. And like I said, he emailed it to me direct in May.
In May. So this is, I'm trying to remain detached when I say this. This was sent to Don in May. To the best of my knowledge and belief, Don had made it pretty clear to Justin that he was not going to be doing any further work with Justin. So why you would forward this on to Don, I don't know. Maybe Justin can clear this up.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, you may, Rich.
Okay. So now that it's been established that there's been a data breach.
Essentially, there's been a data breach.
When there's been data breaches, there's certain obligations that a company has to making their people have been impacted by it.
Right.
You know, like their clients,
Right.
Clients, making them
Their
aware
customers.
that the
Yes.
customers, making them aware that the data breach occurred, you know, and instructing them in what to do so that they, there's like a letter that you have to write to people, sort of like when, say, if Macy's had a data breach, if Quest Diagnostics had a data breach, they have an obligation to make people aware that the breach occurred and that their information has the potential to be out there. And these are the places to check. This is the way to check your credit reports to make sure that there's not been any identity theft or like other things like that. So I guess that would be sort of the next step where they have to go.
Well,
here's to educate people about what to do with this from here.
Again, it's a weird situation, Rach, and I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Justin on this one. Maybe the only person that Justin sent this out to was Don. And if the only person sent it out to is Don, then we can safely say, although it was probably an illicit and unlawful and improper sharing of the data, it isn't necessarily a data breach because it didn't go into third-party hands with nefarious intent. But we don't know because this wasn't something that, to the best of my knowledge, Don requested. So
and those people should have had informed consent.
They should.
As to who
you would think so.
Like if
especially
that
as
company was sending stuff to a third party to fulfill whatever.
Especially using Gmail, which is not encrypted.
Not at all. That's the scary part.
So again, I am giving the benefit of the doubt to Justin /TSR and saying maybe customers are lucky. However, I know there are people out there that right now are going, well, how do we know this is true? How? Listen, Don said, hey, you can reach out and you can verify through me, and giving me your name and address. He'll probably give you back your phone number to verify that you're on that list.
And a financially responsible person would actually reach out to Don to confirm, is this true? Has there indeed been a breach, and what kind of dangers am I facing?
Right. So now here's what I did. I have been in contact with Don, and I contacted Don after being informed of this video, and I said, Don, I have a straw buyer. And I've mentioned this in the past. I have a straw buyer. My straw buyer was purchasing Dungeon Crawl. Why was my straw buyer purchasing Dungeon Crawl? Because, I don't know, the potential of, and I'm saying this in jest, folks, I don't really think that anybody has access to Anthrax. But since somebody already sent me fake shit in the mail, I didn't want possibly fake shit or otherwise being included as a bonus in my box of Dungeon Crawl. So I had a straw buyer place the order. And I reached out to Don and I inquired with Don. I said, Don, here, I'm going to give you, and this is how I did it. Don, I'm going to give you a last name. Tell me if this last name is on your list. And he said, yes. And I go, can you tell me what the first name is? And he told me the first name. And I went, alrighty then. And he goes, do you want the phone number? I go, sure. And the phone number is the phone number of my straw buyer. And he proceeded to give me the address. And I was like, okay. I, to my satisfaction, have verified that at the very least, my straw buyer was on the list that Don has presented. If you think that you are on this list, if you have not received product that they've been taking money for, and again, I am not going to tell you what actions you need to take, that's on you. Okay? I know the actions that I suggested to my straw buyer because they put their money on the line for product that is not shipped. So we'll see how their actions go when it comes to that. But let's cast the rest of Don on this one.
So anywhere between May 4th on back, at least regarding me, he data breached your guys' private information hugely. All orders. All orders.
All orders. So if you placed an order with TSR / Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, you know, at the very least, one person who should not have had the data had the data.
From the time he put his online store up. And on top of that, I don't know after May 4th, but also I have no clue who he shared this information with also. So it is a massive data breach. Now, that's bad enough alone. I'm going to get...
We're not going to go into the rest of it. I strongly suggest that you watch Don's video. I think he does a very comprehensive job of addressing a lot of the issues. Now, I know there is the Don Semora, Wizard Tower Games, he photoshopped all this. I'm going to speak my opinion right now. This is my opinion and my observation. I don't know of anybody who is going to risk violating federal law and serving federal time in a federal prison to Photoshop information that is being asked for under a subpoena. A federal court subpoena. Especially when there's no financial incentive to do so. Nobody is blackmailing Don. Don, you're not being blackmailed, are you, Don? Because that would be a crime. I mean, I know we've already said that there's a potential appearance of attempting to... I'm not even going to say it because I don't want the I don't want the look at Tenkar. Folks, my personal opinion, everybody's imperfect. Some people are more imperfect than others. But I don't believe anybody is going to facilitate false information to submit to a federal court in a federal case where there's no self-interest to do so.
That's right.
And Don has no self-interest to do so. Michael Hovermail has no self-interest to do so. The information that they are being accused of fabricating and photoshopping, I don't see it. Now, I'm not saying, shit, man, I could be wrong, right? That goes without saying. Of course I could be wrong. But I'm not. Okay? I'm not. Folks, on that note, we're still in the midst of the world of the endemic, which means, unlike some people we've spoken about recently, use your common sense. It keeps you out of trouble. Believe it or not, it does wonders. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow, hopefully with a totally different bag of shit. Or maybe not even a bag of shit. Wouldn't that be a nice change? All right, folks.